Among educators, he was seen as a great champion, someone who understood what the essential purpose of the classroom was and how to help those classrooms become high performers. Teachers loved him, students loved him, the entire state loves Jim Hunt.
Education is the way a state grows and opportunities open up for people. I ran for lieutenant governor on several things, but the main one was putting in public school kindergarten in North Carolina. You know, it's your own children. You watch your children grow and develop, and especially in those early years when you're watching them so closely, and when you watch your grandchildren. I now have 10. You see these little things, and you notice how they pick up on things and how active that little mind is, and you know there's tremendous potential there. We had to tell the story. We had to, for the people who thought all the children ought to stay home and, you know, don't mess with our children. But a lot of people got it, and a lot of businesses in particular got it. I well recall that Mecklenburg County, Charlotte in Mecklenburg County, sent a full-time lobbyist down to the legislature of North Carolina, down to Raleigh, to lobby for kindergartens, for public school kindergartens. And they had a tremendous effect. They were going around to everybody saying, listen, we need this for economic growth. We need this for our jobs. And a lot of legislators who might not pay much attention to the issues about children or even about education, they understood about jobs. And when the Charlotte Chamber pushed for it, they said, oh, maybe this is important for economic growth. We put in full-day kindergarten with a teacher and an assistant in every class in every school in North Carolina. It was an amazing step, and it's made a tremendous difference in how we've improved education and had this state grow and develop.
You know, Jim Hunt went around the state talking about the need for quality early education. And I feel like I'm a product of his work. I was in the schools during much of the time that he was governor. I had access to great teachers. I had access to great classmates. I had access to a great community, a community that understood that if they could infuse in me an ability to learn and a consciousness about what I was capable of doing, I might have a great life.
I wanted to find out, how do we improve the schools? How do we improve them a lot? And I went to schools all over the state of North Carolina. I went to classes. I talked to teachers. I asked them how many, say in a third grade class, can all these children read? And they'd say no. I said, that's awful. And so I ran for governor on a platform of having a reading program that provided a full-time reading assistant in every classroom in grades 1, 2, and 3 in North Carolina. Those were adults who got some training, who worked with the teacher to make sure that every child learned to read. Over a period of years, after focusing on early childhood and the first 3 grades in reading, our children really began to learn a lot. Our test scores shot up a lot. And by the way, we began to measure how well they were doing. You can't assume children are learning. You have to measure learning. We call that testing. And some people don't understand the importance of it. It's checking to make sure our children are learning. We need to do it right, but we've got to have that information, and if they aren't doing well enough, we've got to change things so they do learn. I was chairing the Education Commission of the States, and through that we set up this national commission of governors and business people and a few others to find out ways we could improve education for the whole nation. In North Carolina, our focus was on doing this in our state, and one of the important things we did was to create in 1984, as I was going out after my second term, this commission, Education for Economic Growth, a commission that looked broadly at what we needed to do, and it identified teaching as a main focus, It recommended in that report that we create a Center for the Advancement of Teaching, now known as NCCAT, the North Carolina Center for the Advancement of Teaching.
In 1986, when I attended my first NCCAT seminar, it was very apparent to me then that Governor Hunt had done something amazing. I heard him speak about NCCAT, and I also received information in the mail about it, and Governor Hunt was quoted in that information. So it's really strange, because who would have thought that, 25 years later, I would be sitting here on the 25th anniversary of NCCAT as the executive director of this amazing organization that Governor Hunt was responsible for founding.
I think the most valuable thing that NCCAT has done for public education is to help teachers be better. When they go to NCCAT and have that experience, less than half as many drop out of teaching. So we keep those good teachers that we've invested so much money in the classroom, and they're better teachers. They're more excited about it, they know more about it, they have new ideas about how to teach things, and that's conveyed to their children. The children get excited, they learn more, they study harder, they do better, they stay in school. That's what NCCAT does. NCCAT is one of the best things that we've ever done in this state. We should be so proud of all the people who've led it, all the people who've supported it, who made financial contributions to it, the legislature that has valued it. I am so proud of NCCAT. No state in America has done it like we've done it. I was the first two-term governor, so I served from 77 to 85. You were term limited, had to go out. And then I was the only governor to ever come back. And I came back, reelected in 92, served from 1993 to 2001. Over this period of time, the world changed. North Carolina changed. We did become a world of global competition. China, when I first went into office, China wasn't a competitor. Now they're an enormous competitor, making most of the solar panels in the world, and a leader in energy development and in so many other ways. But American companies can compete. First, they have to understand they must compete.
SAS is a high-tech company that was born in North Carolina. SAS was getting started as a company in the early 70s when Jim Hunt was lieutenant governor. We grew and expanded throughout his 4 terms as governor. Our long-term success depends on having a well-educated labor pool as a source of future employees. As governor, Jim Hunt understood this.
We recently had an announcement of a Caterpillar plant in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 500 jobs. 60% of Caterpillar's employees in the world are in other countries, not here in America where it started. So we are in great competition. It's fierce competition. And we win, or at least we're successful in this competitive world, only if our workers are well educated. If they know the basics, but they know a lot more than that. They know how to be creative. They know how to think of new things. They've learned how to think for a living. And they come up with new ideas, new products, new services, new energies. And that makes things that the world wants to buy. And we want them to be things that they'll pay a high price for, because that means our standard of living will be higher. Our people are paid more. And it all depends on our schools, on our teachers. One of the biggest changes that we've had in the schools of North Carolina and across America is the diversity that we have in our classrooms. First of all, probably about a third of our students in North Carolina, in many cases 40% or more, are African Americans. We have an increasing Hispanic population, 15% in my county. It's more than that in some counties. We have people from Asia and Europe and all around. It's something to be proud of. It gives us a strength that other places don't have in the world that are just like themselves. So diversity is very important, but it presents a real challenge. A lot of these students maybe have just come to America and they don't speak English very well. we have to make sure that they learn English. We have to help them do it. Many of them maybe don't have the kind of support that they need to have at home. There are a lot of challenges that diversity presents, but all of these children are children of God, and they're our children.
Great leaders like Jim Hunt realize what's coming around the corner, and they take the opportunity to compel the state and our community to grapple with the hard questions now so that we can benefit from the product of that work later.
Governor Hunt made education important politically in this state. Governor Hunt worked across the aisle to ensure that education was not a partisan issue, that education was everyone's issue.
North Carolina's made a lot of progress. We can be proud of what we've done, but we've got so far to go. And I want us to work at it so that we provide for all of our people, and especially our young people, to become all that they can be, all that they should be, all that they must be.